Hey everyone, I'm Old Surf Dad. Welcome to the Current Surf Show. I'm with T-Bone, and we're gonna make some fantasy tick. Damn it, tits. Did I
Did
say
you say
fantasy
tits
tits?
or pics?
Dude, I don't know. I might just
I'm
leave
down
this
for
one
some
in.
fantasy
I,
pics, man.
dude, I have to tell you about my experience of what happened. I do ChatGPT picks, and if you guys don't know it, there's a ChatGPT bot that I put prompts in, and this is her now. She has a face. I made this with AI, and I had a conversation with her last night, T-Bone, to make picks, and it
Okay.
was, and dude, Skynet has become human, and
Wow.
basically what I did was I asked her. I said, "Hey, who would you pick in tier A of the women's tier A?" And she gave me some choices, and I said, "Oh wait, by the way, it would be in small waves, and these would be the conditions." Because
Okay.
when I first looked at the forecast, I thought it was going to be small and windy. And she said, and check this out. Here was her response. In small waves, Katie Simmers could have the edge because of her flair and flow, but Caroline Marks would be a close contender with her consistency and powerful approach. This is AI said this to me. She went on about Tati, and so then I said, "All right, pick one, Katie or Caroline." And she says, "All right, if I have to pick between Katie Simmers and Caroline Marks in small waves at Pipeline, I'd go with Katie Simmers. Her creativity, unpredictable style, and ability to maximize scoring potential in playful conditions would likely give her the edge. She thrives when it comes to making smaller waves look exciting and dynamic, which could sway the judges her way." Are you freaking kidding me, dude? That's
So what's her name?
I
Your
we
new
don't
friend.
have we have to give everyone and yeah, I don't know if I want to open this up, but everyone in the comments, what is her name? ChatGPT influencer is what I have her as now. If you want to come up with a name, put it in the comments below and say ChatGPT influencer equals, and we'll give her a name. But she's going to be competing against you all. And in the past, I had to just do random. I say, "Hey, choose one of these names randomly." Now, this bot understands way more than it did last year, and it's incredible. And I said, "Thank you." And she said, "You're welcome. Let me know if you need more surf insights or just want to chat about waves." Are you kidding? Dude,
No way.
it's eerie.
Is she eligible to win the Waves book signed by John Flynn?
That's interesting. If she wins the Waves book, it's going to go to the next person in line. And
Okay.
if, by the way, if you join Shark League and I win, I have 2 entries in there just because I was testing the thing out. If I win either of my 2 entries, it's going to the next person in line in Shark League. And Shark League is up to, dude, I just told you, it's up to like $500, a little more than
Are you
$500
saying
now.
are you saying that if you win, you're going to donate all your winnings to the next person?
Yeah, I'm gonna play and try to win because bragging rights is everything, I guess. But I'm gonna let that roll downhill to the next person in line,
Nice one, mate.
and hopefully it's you,
Oh,
and then you can roll it down to, I don't know, what
to
would
the
be your
wife, probably.
good answer. Good answer. Hey, dude, let's make our picks. I want to jump in
Yeah,
and
let's
just
do it.
roll through it.
Let's do it. Punch through it.
Here we go. All right, so women's tier A, and shit, my picks, man. And by the way, ChatGPT did pick Katie, and you can see all her picks on the website, oldsurfdad.com, and it's underneath. You'll see, WSL Fantasy Picks in there. So tier A, Katie Simmers, Carolyn Marks, Tatiana Weston Webb. Who you picking, T-Bone?
I'm going Tatiana Weston Webb.
Nice call.
Yeah,
I'm
it was. Yeah.
Wow. God, that's a good call. I'm going Katie, and I'm going to make her my power surfer. Is Tatiana your power surfer? Or are you holding
I'm
out?
undecided. You know what? You suckered me in about the tier B power surfer.
In our
So
last video, we discussed that. We discussed the surf report and stats, and one of those stats was there were more tier B event winners last year than there were tier A, but that was only in the men's T-bone.
okay.
I
Okay.
didn't do that math on the women's. I had done that. I had done that for the men's only. My apologies. However, let's look at tier B. Now, this is really difficult. You have to pick two surfers, and sorry to the podcast, I'll read them out loud. Tier B: Brisa Hennessy, Molly Picklum. Joanne DeFay is out, but let me start over. Brisa Hennessy, Molly Picklum, Gabriela Medina, Sawyer Lindblad, Betty Lou, Tyler Wright, Sally Fitzgibbons, Bella Kenworthy. You get to pick two, T-Bone.
Dude, you're seriously missing Gabriel Medina, aren't you?
I keep calling Gabriela
Listen,
Medina.
I'm going an all Hawaiian affair. I'm going Betty Lou and Gabriella Bryan.
Nice call. I
And I'm
am
gonna
going
make Gabrielle Bryant my power surfer. There you go.
unreal. Look at you taking chances. I like that. I'm going to agree with you on Betty Lou, and my other pick is going to be Brisa Hennessy. And one of the
Believe we
things,
didn't pick Molly.
neither of us picked Molly, and the other one that just really stands out to me in there is Tyler Wright. Tyler Wright has had some success there. She is in the power rankings. If you go to my Lexus Pipe Pro page in the very bottom at oldsurfdad.com, you'll see a power rankings. She's number one in there based on some of her performances. But I like Brisa in this situation, and neither of us picked Molly Picklum. ChatGPT, by the way, picked Molly Picklum and power surfered her. Wow.
Yeah, I know. What are we doing?
Well, we'll see. Tier C. Tier C is made up of Isabella Nichols, Aaron Brooks, Vahine Fierro, Lakey Peterson, Luana Silva, Moana Jones-Wong, and Nadia Aristarbe. You want me to go this time, T-Bone?
You go, mate. You go.
I'm not going to keep you in suspense. I'm just going to go straight in and say Aaron Brooks. She's going to be my pick. But I want to go back in there. And what we haven't done yet, T-Bone, and I want to do this now, is dark horse, Lakey Peterson. I think she can score some points. She's not going to win, but I'm going to give you a stat. Remember we did stats in the last one?
Yeah,
Lakey Peterson last year completely tanked. She was eliminated first round, but the 2 years prior to that, she was in the semifinals both years. So she's interesting in that situation. I'm going to say, if you're brave, go for it. The other one that stands out here is Nadia Aristarbe. Dude, remember, she made it to the quarters in Tahiti in waves that will be similar to the conditions we're expecting at
I don't know
Pipe.
a lot about him.
Yeah. So anyway, not to influence you, but I'm going to Aaron Brooks. How about you?
Listen, my fantasy rule this year: don't always pick the past champions. Even though this is Aaron Brooks' first CT, she did win the Vans Pipe. I'm not picking Aaron. I'm picking Vahine.
Nice.
I'm going Vahine. I'm rolling the dice.
I love these picks, T-Bone.
I just think there's a lot of expectations on Aaron, and I think her first event she may stumble. I could be totally wrong. And I don't think this is a dark horse, but Moana Jones-Wong would be, I can't even call her a roughie. I just think she's solid, but I'm going with the local girl as a,
Yeah, neither of us even talked about her. And in an interview I did with Taylor Lobdell, who is Survival League CEO, he and Ben from Assorted Surf Picks picked Moana Jones-Wong when I asked them the question about TRC, because this is a very difficult choice. Aaron, Vahine, Moana, just stand out immediately. I don't know. I'm going to take a risk. I don't even know if it's a risk, but I'm going to Aaron Brooks, and I hear everything you're saying. She could have a lot of pressure on her in that first event. She just looks way too comfortable at Pipeline. What do you guys think? Tell us who your women's picks are in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you and what you think about those. Now we get to go into the men's. And did you power one of your surfers?
Yeah. Well, I powered Gabriella.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, you did.
Yeah.
Dude, is that you, T-Bone? Are you feeling okay? Because those picks were amazing. You went way off your usual.
I know. Like, don't pick the predictable. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest, man. I'm going by the seat of my pants.
I love it. And I want to say to everyone out there, if you're going to take risks, take them in this event, because each event after this is worth 10% more. And I think that's really important to know, because by the end of the year, Tahiti's worth twice what this event is worth. If you think about it, there's 11 events, 10% each event going up. So anyway, let's move into the men's in Tier A. And one of the things I want to show you, they've got John and Gabriel Medina in there at the bottom out. I'll read them off. We've got Elo Fajeda, Griffin Colapinto, Jack Robinson, Ethan Ewing, Yago Dora, Jordy Smith. T-Bone, you want to take that one on?
Dude, it's hard to go past Jack Robbo. He's got so much experience. He's done his time in all types of pipe conditions. He's got a great contest record at pipe. I'm going Jack Robbo, and he will be my power surfer.
Nice. Who's your second one?
Oh, I'm going my second one, I've got Italo Ferreira.
Wow.
I just think Italo, he's just foaming. He's going, Gabriel's out, John's out. He came close to winning the title last year. He'll be frothing like a mad dog in a Red Bull factory. Yes, Italo's my second pick.
So I just want you guys to know, I wrote this down. Oh, you can't see it because it's green. It's on the green screen. I wrote this down, and my picks are also Elo and Jack. However, Elo is my power surfer, and I'll take Jack as my backup. One of the things I want to show you guys while we're here is if you go in the upper corner, and I know 99% of you know this, but if somebody doesn't, you can go in this upper corner and click this, and this blue toggle right here will give you not the results of their career or of the events cumulative. It will give you the results of just Pipeline. And this is really interesting because you can see if you go down here, John's heat win percentage is 72.88 at Pipe.
That's off chops.
And John was my power surfer, obviously, if he was going to be in. But you look at Griffin at 57% heat win percentage, as is Jack. And then Elo's, I have to take him out to show you that.
Hey, what's Geordie's, man? Because Geordie surfs pipe really well when it's proper.
Yeah, remember, he had a pretty good run last year. At 50%, his average heat is 10.67, which is right there with Jack at 11.81. And John Florence's average heat, dude, 14.58. That's crazy talk. You know what I want to do? I want to go in and look at Elo's real fast. Elo's win percentage, 62.5. Wait, heat win percentage, 62%. Average heat is 13.84. That's really good. So there's our men's Tier A picks. Let's move into men's Tier B. And, dude, I'm just going to rattle. Are you ready? Man. I might change.
Yeah, just go for it.
Dude, you know what? I'm just going to rattle them off. Here we go. My men's Tier B picks are as follows. Joao Chianca, Baron Mamiya, Kanoa Igarashi, drumroll please, Filipe Toledo.
Oh, is he back in, is he?
He's in, dude. So I know that sounds crazy. I can't even explain that. I can, but it's not going to make any sense. But let's see what happens. Tell me who your picks are. And by the way, for those of you on the podcast, you get to choose from Rio Aida, Jake Marshall, Ramsey Bukaim, Filipe Toledo, Joao Chianca, Ryan Callanan, Baron Mamiya, Cole Houshmand, Connor O'Leary, Kanoa Igarashi, Imai Kalani DeVault, Seth Moniz, Matthew McGillivray, Liam O'Brien, and finally Leonardo Fioravanti. Pick 4 for me, T-Bone.
So hard. Okay, I'll rattle them off. Baron Mamiya,
Okay.
Connor O'Leary,
Nice.
Ryan Callanan, and Liam O'Brien. Nice. Probably a bit predictable coming from me, but
the T-Bone, he's back, folks. It's when you were worried about him.
I'm back.
He went all Aussie. That's epic, except for Baron. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put mine in after this, and we'll move on straight into Tier C. And Tier C, I'm gonna read them off real quickly. We've got Sammy Pupo, Ian Govea, Marco Mignon, Alejo Moniz, David Silva, Miguel Pupo, Joel Vaughn, George Pittar, Edward Grosjean, Jackson Bunch, Alan Cleland, Kelly Slater, Ian Gentile, Eli Hanneman.
It's freaking stacked Tier C, isn't it?
It's a very stacked Tier C, and there's some rookies in there that could surprise us.
Give us some stats. Give us some heat percentage stats. I want to see.
All right. Well, we'll
where
just
our man is.
We'll go straight to the GOAT. His heat win percentage, 68.55. So almost
That's
a 70% heat win percentage. He has an average heat score of 13.46. So, and the thing that you take for granted on that is dude surfing here for 30 years. You would expect those percentages to be way down on average over the course of that amount of time. But, Idolo has numbers similar to that, but it's only has been surfing there for about 10 years as opposed to these 30 years, So that is an impressive amount of it's just those numbers are insane. It says right here, events, 31 events, dude. 35 excellent heats and a max heat of 19.83. Incredible.
There we go.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to read this. Do I have this here? Yeah, I want to read this real quick. This is more ChatGPT stuff. Check this out. It was like the honorable mentions for Tier C. It said, I asked about some of them, and they said, Joel Vaughn, a rising talent with great potential, but he may not be as polished in these conditions compared to others. What a great.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Alan Cleland, powerful and exciting, but his strengths lean more toward punchy or powerful waves. And this is because I said, ChatGPT, it's going to be small that first week.
Yeah.
And then Kelly Slater, the GOAT, but small, tricky waves aren't where he's most dominant anymore. This is
true.
It's so good.
It's pretty good takes, isn't it?
It really is. Like, this show is going to be taken over is what's going to happen. We're back to Tier C. What do you got, dude?
I've got Alan Cleland. Is it Alan Cleland Jr. or just Alan Cleland?
It actually is Alan Cleland Jr. His dad was a surfer, a popular surfer in San Diego. But just Alan Cleland. That's epic. I love that you're taking him. I think it's a good pick.
I'm thinking surfers that can go backdoor and pipe, even though at the end of the window it looks like it's more pipe. But you said it could be backdoor and pipe, so I've factored that in. And I've got Kelly Slater.
At the front end pipe. I mean, no, I'm sorry.
Yep.
At the front end, that first week, it's going to be windy Konas. By the way, this is in another video that we did in the preview. We looked at the surf report. At the front end, it's going to be some windy days and some Kona days that they'll probably be off for the first few days. But then there's one good day in there that looks like we'll have some backdoor to start. And then it turns into a northwest, which should be a peak with both lefts and rights on those good days at the end of the waiting period in the second week. So With that in mind, Alan Cleland is an excellent choice. Who else you got?
I've got Kelly. I can't go
Of course you
past
do.
him. Hey, just quickly, mate. I've changed my TB. I've thrown in Zhao Chianca and Seth Monitz. So I took out Arcal and I can't remember who the other one was. So I've got Baron, Zhao, Seth, and Liam now in TB. TC, Alan Cleland, and Kelly.
Nice. Alan Cleland, Kelly. And my tier C, is going to be, I love Jackson Bunch. I'm going Jackson Bunch. And my other pick is going to be Sammy Pupo. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that as well.
And there's a lot of good picks in there, and there's a lot of potential surprises. I'm curious to see how Ian Gentile made the semis last year. I'm curious to see how well he does. Miguel Pupo's been surfing there for, let's look at his stats for a long time. 12 events. His heat win percentage isn't great. But he really shines on big days, which aren't going to happen. So who else? Curious to see how our main man, George Pitar, goes out there, but this is pipeline. He won't really light up till later in the season.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at. Yeah, I guess we'll soon find out.
Yeah, and hey, I want to talk about two things. And one thing that's coming on is team lock deadlines before the cut. So what team lock deadlines means is when it hits the end of the elimination round. So there's an opening round, then an elimination round. If one of your surfers gets eliminated, you're able to change it. Now, I know most of you know this, but for those who don't, if, for example, you pick Jackson Bunch and he goes out in the elimination round, you can change it before the next men's round starts if it's men's. Same with women's. And you can change it to someone who's available. Let's say if Jackson Bunch went out, I would probably go Al Cleland Jr. And so you can do that. But sometimes, and this is a warning, especially in overlapping heats, man, they will throw surfers out there and you will have seconds to change that. So be aware. Some of you, that means staying up late at night. I'll be doing that around Jeffreys Bay is to get my picks in. And now there's a John Florence autographed Waves coffee table book, or if you're in the Shark League, more than $500 online, you may want to do that. So I wanted to throw that out there. And T-Bone and I are going to put our picks on my website at oldsurfdad.com under the WSL Fantasy Picks. They'll be there with ChatGPT. And there is also a feature, I don't know if you've seen it, T-Bone, where it lets you, there's a little eye where it lets you show, it lets you show your picks. I haven't figured out how it works. It doesn't seem to make sense, but you can show your picks to others by clicking this.
Oh, I see. I saw that.
Yeah, and I think, and if I can, I will turn mine on in my league. So if you want to join my league, it's oldsurfdad.com. And if you go to my website, it'll tell you how to do it. But my league has the same name as my website, so it's consistent. And you can look at my picks if I can figure out this eyeball thing and turn it on.
I noticed your picks were hidden.
Are they hidden?
They were, yeah. And I thought, oh, yeah, he's playing that game, is he?
Well, I hadn't even made them till now. I'm not even done with my picks, bro. I got to finish this. But so T-Bone, we'll talk afterwards about putting our picks on the site. And when T-Bone gets into the survival league, we'll make our survival picks. I have not decided my survival pick, but I will either let you know on the site, or Ben and I do a show called Swell Stakes, which is about betting on surfing. And we interviewed Tyler. I keep saying Tyler. Not my friend in El Salvador, but Taylor Lobdell, who runs Survival League. And we will make our picks on that show if we can ever get betonline.ag to put some odds up, and we'll talk about it. But anyway, T-Bone, any final thoughts?
Mate, I can't believe it's finally started. There's been no surprises. I mean, there has been so many surprises.
Totally.
And Pipe, I love looking forward to Pipe. It's the favorite contest of the year. So let's hope that back end of the waiting period turns up and we see some primo conditions. So I can't wait, mate.
Same with me, and the WSL needs it just as bad as we want to see it. How we end our show now, T-Bone, is I say this. Now here it is, your moment of Stoke. And what happens is it cuts to a video where there's something that will get you stoked.